Hello. Hi. Hello, hello. Let's turn my headphones up a bit. There we go. Oh, bright light. Jesus Christ. Is that gonna go away? Oh my god. There we go. Hello, hello. We're gonna be drawing today. I need to move my keyboard over a bit more so I can access more of the keys. Stop. Control V. There we go. Alright. Okay. If you guys are wondering what I'm drawing today, and feel free to dislike me for what I'm about to say, because I know people have feelings about it. Has-Been Hotel. Right? I am a sucker for animation, especially indie animation, which I would still class Has-Been as indie because it was by one person. It's not like I wouldn't say Arcane in any way was indie because it was a massive team working on it from the start, but it happened to be picked up by Amazon and A24, but in no way, shape, or form was it their idea to begin with. It was Viv's idea. And so today, why is my hair doing that? And I haven't drawn anything in a long time. So we're gonna be drawing today. Let's duplicate tab, post, paste. Where's my hashtag? Hashtag. There we go. Control C. There we go. But yeah, we're gonna be drawing today. Let's just do the Instagram post. I'm not feeling best brilliant today, so the stream might not be very long, but that's why I wanted to do something a bit more fun. Cool. Although admittedly, I'm getting warm now. There we go. Point the fan at me. Oh, I've got a headache. It's not great. I slept enough last night, so it can't be that. Probably just slept weird. Whatever. Oh, I need to send something somewhere. Uh... Cool, right. That's cool, that's epic, that's posted there. Instagram time. And while I do that, I also need to get the wire. The wire. Got the wire. Let me post this on my story. I'm live. Cool. My Muddy Bosch brew mug. Alright. Move this way a bit more. I know my keyboard's now kind of covered, but I need to open Steam so that I can open my art app. Unless it needs an update. I haven't played in a while. Oh, yeah, update. I've only got 32 hours on this so far. That's pretty crazy. Launch. Cool. We do have a screen for this. Let's turn the graphics tablet on. Yay! File. New. Do we do it square? Height. No, I say we do it 300 by 400, 3000 by 450. That's nice. And I want to always record time lapse. Okay, and this is where we lock in, guys. I've not drawn in a while. And we are going to be drawing Human Alistair, which, by the way, I've drawn a worrying amount of Human Al already. I haven't got... Pretend that's all spelt, in fact, correctly. Okay, so we've got... Right. Copy image. Why I've got pings already is unbelievable, but... It's pretty crazy. From clipboard. Here we go. Right, that's Human Al in the corner. If you guys haven't figured that out already. Oh, I need a full body shot of him. What is his trousers like? There's Pinterest. Do we have... Has Human Al actually been seen yet? Oh, yeah, there is, isn't there? Here we go. Here's the full map. Right, this is the, moustached variant, mind you. I don't know how I feel about the moustache. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like it. This is pretty much a full body, yeah. Cool. Let's close that down. That's my art. That's the way that I've drawn him. If I import from file, Here we go. Here he is canon. So he's still got the pointed shoes. That's interesting. Because I've not drawn him full body yet. I've only drawn him, like you guys saw, just the sort of like head up portrait. So I didn't see any of the leaks or anything. So this is my first time seeing Human Owl. I tend to avoid leaks with things like that. I mean, if I come across them by accident, I will, and that's fine. But I knew with this, I knew it was going to be good, and so I didn't really want to look at the leaks. And so, okay, so we've got... Why are you guys not seeing this in full screen? What is... Oh, Google's open in the background. That'll explain why that's in the... What that is in the background. Why you can see my stream. That's awkward. So we've got... Okay, how should we draw this man? I'm thinking he's very curved like this. He stands very curved. We could draw him curved. I'm also a bit obsessed with Alistair smoking. That was a scene that was... I definitely didn't think I needed. This is why I don't draw very often, I'm not gonna lie. Because I know how to draw his face. This is how I draw his hair now. So you get the square. Then you section a point off. And then I curve it down like that. And it curves inward. See that curve inward? That's what I'd like want to do with his face. And that's scribbled off. Add a little flick to the back of his hair here. I know he doesn't have that on the back, but I like adding this little flick to the back of his hair. It just creates a bit more sort of shape to it, I think, because just having this like that. I also like how he's basically canon got this like puff of hair. There we go. And then if you rub out all of this... Oh, that's... like that. If I flick it this way, actually... There we go. I don't know whether I'm fully happy with his nose, because his nose points out like that, right? So if I just do a really straight nose that comes down like this, it's kind of pointed, right? I don't think his hair needs to come down as far. I think I messed that up by accident. His hair definitely doesn't come down as far and cover his face. But it definitely needs to flick out like this. There we go. And then there we go. His eyebrows need to be a bit curvier, I think. Uh... Yeah, they definitely do need to be curved a bit more. I guess that'll do for now. I've also had like a little mark on his chin. I like the idea that his chin's pointed, but he's got like this kind of like rounded. You know what I mean? Like it gets to a point and it just sort of like comes out a little bit. Although he does it like he's sort of pouting a bit. I'm not adding the moustache. Sorry, it's not canon. Oh, I'm also adding like this, like, he's got quite sort of like almost thin pulled skin. He's got quite a pointed shaped face, right? It's very pointed over here. And so I can't imagine he's... I can't imagine when he smiles, he's got lines around his mouth. Absolutely. Everybody living a dreamland. This is dreamland, all that we know. But I can need to fix this hair. Gets to about there. I like his curly hair. There we go. This is cool. I've also given him a second bit of a second curl up here, so it's not just one that's coming down. I wanted to try and blend him into my art style. Just definitely what I'm hoping I've done here. Says, son, you better get back home. Burn these lines of smoke. There we go. And this was my favorite, I think. There we go. Yeah. Hmm. Got a bit more space than I thought I did. That's kind of awkward. Why is his tie massive? Why has he got such a massive tie on? I don't understand why his tie is huge. This guy's tie. Look at this. What is that? Uh. Cool. Let's stick to these guidelines. There we go. Add like a little tiny ruckle on his shoulders where you can see the suit is. There we go. There we go. And then this is let's sort out this suit that he's wearing, right? I think honestly He's wearing something that's keeping his sleeves up. Although actually that admittedly more looks like he's... There we go. Oh, it's a bit further down on his arm, actually. There we go. There we go. Um... There we go. Welcome in, hi! Come on, there we go. Yay! Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think this is definitely decent. There we go. I think... There we go. Oh, I want his hand to be... There we go. No, that looks just all sorts of wrong. That is not how hands look. I'm going to hit the back button so many times. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to think about that hand. That could work, I guess. There we go. Oh, come on, let me draw this line properly. There we go. Okay. Okay. I think I want to make him look a bit more annoyed than scared. Because I've accidentally made him look really scared. There we go. There we go. No, I like the original eyes. I'm not drawing the moustache. Stop it. Stop. Alright, okay. How many buttons does he have? He's got 2. I'm gonna give him 3. Like, I'm sorry, how is this holding together with 2 buttons? It's just not. I actually just love his design so much. Where are his stripes going? There we go. Cool. So, this man is wearing high-waisted jeans. He's wearing trousers up here. Here specifically. If this bit here is coloured the same as, like, the trousers. However, I am gonna bring that down just a little bit. There we go. Any more details I've forgotten? Ooh. No, honestly, I think that's fine. I think I just need to clean it up now. Clip that. Make that black. Sorry, not black, blue. And then go back to the red. Eh. We just need to clean up the line art. I'm gonna have to rub this bit out, I think. Ah. There we go. Let's try and turn this. I have a habit of sketching details that I shouldn't sketch because I'm gonna colour it. And that's not great. Oop. Let's go to that line. Damn, it's been centuries since you let it out, I know. Tell me about it. Early September. Which for an artist is bad. You know it's bad when the artist stops doing art. Ah! Okay. Oh my god, stop doing that, please. I have accidentally rubbed out his collar. Can I turn this light off? Because there's no point this being here. Thank you. Just registered I'm still wearing a binder. Even under these baggy clothes. It's probably not smart for me to be wearing. Oh, my body just aches. Like, what the hell, guys? I definitely slept funny last night because I woke up aching. Which is not really how it's supposed to go. Oh, that's a circle connected to his head. That's his hair strand. Let's rub this bit out. And then that's where his jawline starts. Let's do that. That's cool. Take that bit out. How are you doing today? How has your day been? Let's take that bit out. I don't normally do that. Good. Good to hear. Actually, that works. I'll leave that. Flip it so I can get the angle correct. There we go. There we go. Got a presentation in front of people in a couple of weeks. It's gonna be awful. Oh, that's rough. You've got this. You've got this, King. Oh, look at his like disappointed expression. He's disappointed in someone, and I want to know who it is. It's the guy who spilled wine on him. That's who it is. It's the guy who spilled wine on him. This man's plotting out murder. I want to know how many people Alistair did kill before he died. Because I think he started getting a little bit, not a little bit reckless, but a little bit like... He knew he wasn't going to last much longer. He knew he was going to get got at some point. That's why he made the deal. It's a great thing, so I hope I don't ruin it. You've got this. I just want to know, like, how many people Alistair killed. Because you see at least 2 deaths. But you get the idea that obviously it's a lot more than that because he's got enough body parts to do this ritual. And I think he only does the ritual because he starts realizing, oh, I'm going to get caught at some point. Which is obviously not the mentality you would have started. You wouldn't start murdering people and go like, oh, I'm going to get caught doing this. This is my first time. I'm going to get caught. I need to make sure I'm prepared. I think it's probably like a Hannibal situation where in NBC Hannibal has been doing it for years. And then he kind of stops for a bit. Like, as his, like, known thing as the Chesapeake Ripper, right? I think he still does murder people. But in that time frame, he just doesn't frame it as himself. And then he continues again. And then only when he starts getting a bit more known is when he starts not messing up, but starts almost planning for the inevitable that he gets caught. And I think that's what happens with Alistair, is he's got this hierarchy of he only murders people if they're, like, above him, if they've, like, pissed him off, effectively. And then it starts to being like, oh, this person spilt wine on me. I hate you. murder, right? He's a psychopath. He's a psychopath, a sociopath, all that kind of jazz. That is confirmed. So he just starts to not care, and as his radio show gets more popular, I think he starts to get a little bit worried that he's gonna get caught, and so he wants to be prepared. And I think that's why he does the ritual then, because he obviously doesn't do the ritual very early on in his serial killer thing, because he dies like a day after he does that ritual, or very shortly after. Loads of people are saying it's a day after. I don't know whether it's a day, but it's very shortly after. And so I don't think he was like, oh, I've got to make sure I've got this thing done, like super early on, because in that case then he's only murdered like on screen 2 people. Like obviously it's more than that, as you get the idea that there's more than that, but you don't get the idea that there's many. But I think he does it like most of his life, like a Hannibal situation here, where I think he genuinely, like Hannibal, his first murder, if you will, his first cannibalism moment was his own sister when he was a kid. And so I don't think this guy started when you see him in the show. And I don't think he's gonna be redeemed in any way, shape, or form. I don't think he ever wants to be redeemed. He wants to be in hell. He wants to be in charge. And I think that's fair. I think Charlie needs to learn that not everyone wants to be redeemed, and that it's okay for not everyone to be redeemed, because if everyone's redeemed, then there's no space in heaven. And clearly, space is currently the problem, right? That's why she started her whole thing. Is his neck too wide? I feel like his neck is really, really wide. Maybe his head's just really small. There we go. Deselect, there we go. I do think, though, that, like, yeah, this is like a Hannibal. He's very Hannibal-like. Like, Hannibal uses his, connections with the FBI to evade suspicion, but they use him several times to help them with the Chesapeake killers, when he is the Chesapeake killer. And it takes one man going insane for them to finally figure it out. You know? And unfortunately, Alistair wasn't close to anyone, so I think, honestly, the only person he could have... Maybe Mimsy would have known. I want to know how Mimsy died, because she was friends with Alistair. In the real world. And she died and went to hell around the same time Alistair did. Because... Or just before, assumedly. Maybe she gets murdered by someone. And then... I don't know, and then... is there to see when Alistair gets there, kind of thing. Don't think Mimsy's coming back though. We've just got like a little, little sprinkling of her. I mean, I'm fine with that, honestly. I don't actually like Mimsy, but I just think it's sweet that they were friends. The only people Alistair's genuinely friends with are women. I think that's really sweet. There we go. Let's sort out this hair of his. Like, I'm gonna change the music because I'm gonna get a headache from it. It's a vibe, but I can't right now. Okay. Do 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 do. Let me rub this out. There we go. This is how he's looking. And I'll change it back to red in a bit. Don't you worry. But like actually genuinely since watching episode 4 yesterday, I've been obsessed with human Alistair. I mean, those of you who know me in real life know what happened when season 1 came out and how unbearable I was. Now can you imagine season 2? Except I don't have access to Prime this time. And so I'm just stuck under the rock that is waiting for people to release like reactions and like edits and all that kind of jazz, all the stuff on social media that people make when they've watched something. I'm waiting for that. And it's kind of making me go crazy. Which is, you know, really wonderful and great, and I love it very much. Except the reason I was able to watch episode 4 despite no one, the fact that it came out literally yesterday, is someone posted it on TikTok in full. And I think that's brilliant. I love that. Thank you very much for whoever did that. It's probably gone now. It's probably definitely gone now. But I appreciated it when it existed. Right, let's sort this hair out, because I don't think his hair is supposed to cover that much of his face. And it's bothering me that it does, with it I've drawn it. So think this is supposed to be the second flick, but I've drawn it slightly different. That's fine. Human Serpentius is also going to be doodled at some point, but the amount of human owl drawings I've already done, despite it being not a full 24 hours since the episode has been released. I don't think it's been a full 24 hours. It might have been a full 24 hours, actually. Oh, it's definitely been a full 24 hours. I don't know what even I'm on. That's also a really big Lupin. The hell? I'm a little bit worried that Angel is going to get redeemed. But in the sense that, yes, he kind of wants to be redeemed. However, he's also it's the same situation with Serpentius. I don't think they want to be. I think they want to be redeemed, but I don't think they want to leave everyone else behind. Because Serpentius, you know, he was really sweet, he was really kind, he didn't deserve to be in hell, but at the same time, he'd finally made friends in hell. And being in heaven's making him sad. He wants to go back. So, like... I think the same thing would happen to Angel. He's kind of almost forced into... Everyone keeps kind of forcing him. Honestly, that's... Everyone just keeps forcing him. I think he needs to start... The moment he starts doing things on his own, I think is probably where he will have the ability to redeem himself. Like when he makes full choices by himself with no one in control over him. Because I think that's what happened in the past, is he has, even now, a lot of other people controlling him. Especially in a space, technically speaking, in hell where there are no rules. Like, you can do what you want. And yet, he's not doing a lot of free thinking. And so... I don't think he's gonna get redeemed for that. And I don't think he's gonna get redeemed for any self-sacrifice, because I think he already has self-sacrificed. I mean, it's confirmed that he killed his father. That is confirmed. But, like, we know his father's bad. And we've seen that his whole family are spiders, and we know that they're Italian, they're connections to the mafia. His dad was, I think, confirmed to be a mob boss, like a mafia boss. And so, and this is like 40s, like Chicago, Italy. He's Italian, but I think he was in America. And so, and it's confirmed, obviously it's confirmed that he's gay. And so, I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that Angel's gay. I don't actually 100% know, but I'm pretty sure he is. At least he acts like it. I'm not saying people, I'm not saying that queer people have a certain way they act. I'm just saying that the things he talks about and the way he talks about them is definitely not in the way that someone from that era was straight. Because, like, and I'd imagine a lot of people, obviously there's going to be a lot of hatred in hell, a lot of homophobia, as we've seen. I mean, Katie Killjoy is homophobic, which I think is really amusing, actually. I think she might be one of the first actually homophobic characters we've seen. Because a lot of people, obviously, back then were hated for that in their respective eras, wherever people are from. And so, there's going to be a lot of people who are queer of sorts, who have been hated on and have therefore probably done something bad in response to said hate. Or wrongfully put there. Like, I think Serpentius is probably definitely wrongfully put there. He was a bystander, and there is no reason that being a bystander is the reason he was rightfully put into hell. And so I think it was kind of like oh my god, he did the slightest thing wrong. Like, all he did was watch. And I think that being what puts you into hell in the has-been universe, in the Hellverse, is despicable, I think, to say the least. Because that heavily implies that the slightest bit that heaven deems as wrong puts you there. And now it is also canon, however, that heaven is not homophobic, because you see things in the background and stuff. But I think that time periods and things, I don't think it's that all queer people who have died have been sent to hell in this universe. I just think it's the people that were in the time periods where it was wrongfully hated on, who turned to hate as a means to cope. You know what I mean? And then did something bad because of that. And there's going to be a lot of people who've done that. Angel clearly is one of them. I don't know, maybe his dad attempted to kill him. I don't know. We don't actually know where his father is. He might have been killed in an extermination. Fingers crossed. We've seen his brother, and we've seen his sister. Who knows what his dad looks like? But I think they're all spiders. Which I think is quite funny, because that ties into the whole like web of lies, web of control that the Mafia would have had. So that's an interesting thing. Do I get rid of that bit in his hair? Because you can see this, his hair does this, and then like that. That's how they've drawn his hair, but I've drawn his hair a bit poofier than that. Does this connect up and round and bring this up? If I made it too long down here, I think I've made it too long down here. I might shorten it up a bit. Let's get rid of this curl. I'm keeping this front fleck here. I like the front fleck. But I think this bit here needs moving. I'm gonna skip this song. Oh, my body. That's the perfect line. I'm gonna get rid of this. I love it. I very much love it, but I don't think it suits his hairstyle from what we can see. No, pointier cheek than that. But yeah, there's a lot of theories and stuff that are going around now. And I'm heavily obsessed with them. Alright. Does this need to be more like... more like that? No, I'm gonna add that extra bump. I'm gonna add the extra bump. And then extra curl in his hair. There we go. Alright. I don't know how to translate his pointed nose, because it's like this. Like, how do I translate that into... I guess this works. I think his nose looks fine. Just need to forget it. Alright, let's just fix his glasses. Okay, they're also more rounded than this pair are. Or this side. This one needs to come down a bit. I also need to draw Vox's CRT TV design, because I'm sorry, you can't give me another CRT TV character to, like, draw, basically. Because I already got this guy. He's got more colours than that. Like, what do you mean? I've got this guy. And I've now got... I feel like I'm collecting them. Is he even nose? I can't remember whether there is a nose. Why have I forgotten what Vox looks like? What is happening? What's going on? Give me CRT TV Vox. Oh, he's got stupid fucking eyebrows. That's what I need. Forgot about that. Let's go back to that. Yeah, there we go. Let's rub out that. He had like a little hat on, didn't he? Like, look at them! They're my boys. They're my little guys. Where is CRTD Fox? He's also very almost shark themed. I've noticed. Oh.
Have you heard about the
Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Glue.
Glue Woman has joined the hive.
Epic name. Why does he look tired? Why have I made him tired? Oh. Hey. Oh my gosh. Hi. Looks nice. Thank you. I'm just drawing Vox and RGB sort of next to each other because they're both CRT TV. Why did my phone want to just type the words Hillary? What? Oh, they're just so precious to me, like actually precious to me. Let's move these guys, make them just a little bit bigger. Let's put RGB there. There we go. Oh, they're actually just precious. No, I don't want that neck thing. I mean, it looks good, but I don't think I want it there. think I'm just gonna like take a screenshot of this, yeah. Oh, they're just so... They're so precious to me. This is Alistair that we're working on. He's clearly annoyed at someone. Let's bring this string down here. This is something I didn't do on my drawings yesterday. Wait, how many beads has he got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love his glasses. Silly little spectacles. But he gets a monocle because it's part of what he used to wear. He used to wear spectacles. So he gets a little monocle. I think this shaped face is like one of the best shaped faces I've ever drawn in my life. And that's saying something. But yeah, no, I think he's got a very sort of almost thin, like when he smiles, you always get the little marks around the mouth. You know what I mean? Like his face is quite thin and like pointed. And so I think that's important to note. And now in this drawing here, he's got his collars like really high up his neck and pointed down. And I'm just going to completely disregard that because I know here's a reason. Because I like drawing shirts like this. I just think it looks nicer. And so I disregard it. And I draw my own way. And admittedly, it just looks better. Bonk. There we go.
Have you heard about
Thank you for the follow! Welcome in.
Cat _ eternity 2 _ 0 has joined the hive.
Welcome in. Hello. Oh, this isn't Medibank. This is Fire Alpaca actually. I've heard some good things about Medibank. Do I? Okay. Sorry. Hi. Welcome in. This is actually the premium Fire Alpaca, which was a gift. I've been gifted this. Fire Alpaca? Yes. Yes, it is. Although I do still use the free version when I can't be bothered to open up, Steam. How is it? Really good. I really appreciate the dark mode. Light mode just sort of hurt my eyes a lot. And I've also got like liquify tools, but other than that, honestly, the free version is just as good, I think, because there's not much more stuff that I'm using on this that I used on the free version. I guess E 3.0 will have a bug. I haven't noticed any bugs yet. I've not noticed a single bug so far. Seems pretty good to me. Do I add his other ear in? No, his ears are quite flat to his face, so I'm not gonna switch to eraser though. It does with buttons. I've got a graphics tablet that's got buttons. I don't know about the beta version. I've got it set up on my graphics tablet. So my graphics tablet, this is my graphics tablet. Let's put that very carefully back on the stand. I've got buttons set up. 3.0, I think so. I just updated it on Steam, so whatever it had been just updated to on Steam. Like it prompted me for an update, and I was like, yeah, okay. But so this is I'm drawing Alistair, if you couldn't tell already by the fact that Alistair is in the top corner in my reference. Bro's a bit annoyed at something. I don't know what he's annoyed at. It could be someone he wants to kill. You do well. I love Alistair so much. I actually, oh my gosh. I wish I had my current sketchbook with me. That's in my partner's house, but I've got my old sketchbooks. And in sketchbook 2 is when you see the has-been obsession kick in. No, you're amazing. You're epic. You're awesome. And you're not chill. You can be as energetic as you want. But this is when the has-been obsession got on to the front cover of the book. And half the drawings in here are has-been, I'm pretty sure. Yep. I enjoy drawing them how they look in the show. Like, there's something obsessive about the way that he looks. This is quite old. Is this not you just piss him off? Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. I wish, right, if I was in the Hellverse universe, I would want to be obviously not the way that it actually is currently in the show, but like I want to have the kind of friendship that he has with Rosie. And I know obviously that friendship sparks off of the fact that like she has his soul, but yes, he's kind of annoyed at that at the moment, but that he does have someone controlling him, but she's the one who gave him that power at first. Obviously now he's made that power his own and stuff, you know, he's not someone who's gone into hell and then had to rise up in power and gain his power. He got that power before he was even there. And obviously now he's getting annoyed at that fact that he is, technically speaking, being controlled. However, I think, honestly, he's still got such a good friendship with Rosie that I can't imagine them like they've got a friendship. They are friends. He's annoyed at her for having his soul, but then again, he's been annoyed about that since he realized he's not as powerful as he thought he was. Like, I mean, he thought, right, he's the most powerful sinner, right? That's confirmed. He then thinks he can take on someone who's not a sinner. Like, Alistair, buddy, calm down. Like, your ego is showing, and we don't like it. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a good theory. Oh, I think it's book 1, I think, that's got my most has-been drawings in it. It has to be. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god, here's my Vox drawing. Oh my god. Forgot about that. I had just gotten pens at that point and I was messing. This was ages ago. But here's the first drawing I did. The first one's Angel, obviously. Of course it's Angel. It's always Angel Dust. Oh, and here's Nifty. This was before I actually watched the show, because at this point I didn't have Amazon Prime. I mean, I still don't have Amazon Prime. There's my reverse Alistair. That's Alan is reverse colours, the pink and purple. But no, I'm a bit obsessed with Human Al. And so I'm trying to get him in my art style. I did some sketches of him yesterday. And so I'm pretty proud of it. That's why I'm trying to figure out, like, how curly do I want his hair, how the nose shape. And so yesterday I was doing it in ballpoint pen. So they're not great, but they're not terrible, really. And I think this is pretty close to... I think this is pretty much how I want him to look. I've added more stripes on his jacket than he actually does in his photo. But in his photo, he's got, like, the world's biggest tie I've ever seen. To the whole series. I've seen the whole series now. I've seen the whole series. I'm finding other means to watch season 2 because I don't have Amazon Prime. Honestly, at this point, it's just getting to the point where I might just, like, beg my parents to be like, hey, can I log into your Amazon Prime account, please? Because they've got Prime. That's how I watched season 1, is my dad left himself logged in on my computer. And I watched it on there. And then I also got various free... In fact, at one point I had a 6-month free trial. That's how I watched NBC Hannibal. I watched Hannibal maybe 3 times. I've now got it on DVD. Well, I've actually got it on Blu-ray. My PC can't run Blu-ray, unfortunately, though. So, I definitely didn't get my uncle to put it on a USB stick for me. His mum is religious. Hello. Hi. Also, it's happy day in hell. Happy day in hell's good. Yeah, and he's very clearly recovering. He's been hit with an angelic weapon. That's not healing. Not since Vox ripped it back open again. But that wound is not ever healing. He's going to be permanently scarred there. And unless they do something about it, I don't think that's healing ever. Or at least it's going to heal very, very slowly. And same with his stick. And clearly, he knows that Rosie can heal that. He knows that Rosie can fix his stick again, his staff. And so, like, he knows Rosie can do that. And what kind of overlord can fix something that an angel broke? Which is really weird to me. And then that started making me think, like, okay, obviously, clearly, she's got a lot more power than people thought she did, because she was just, she's just the leader of the cannibals over in Cannibal Town. She's whatever, she's chill, she's fine. She's not actually a sinner. It's confirmed she's not a sinner. She's Hellborn. Or at least, yeah, like, she was created. She wasn't a human. She was never human. That's confirmed. How does she have that power? Where is this power coming from? The fact that she was able to communicate with Alistair while he was alive doing a ritual. She was able to take his soul before he died. And she's able to, like, fix something that an angel broke with an angelic weapon that, theoretically speaking, should never be able to be fixed again. So, you know, she's a lot more powerful than we thought. And Charlie, yeah, that's a good. I like that bit. Honestly, the whole of season 1 is just brilliant. But there's a lot of theories sparking about season 2 so far, and I hope that Angel gets like stops being the center of bullied by everyone. Because that guy's not had a break. Talk about Hazbin Hotel? Yes, because I'm drawing. I'm drawing Angel. This is no, I'm not. This is not Angel. This is Alistair. I'm not drawing Angel. If I was drawing Angel, he would look very different. He is. I mean, all the characters are actually, in their own rights, really well designed. Do you want to see something really cool? It's, look at him! Look at him! I just love all the characters. The only characters I don't like, Val, obviously. I don't think anyone actually likes Val. Happy Vox. Look at him. No, it's old Vox. It's CRT TV Vox. And this is a character from a comic called Property of Hate. And so he's a CRT TV. This guy, he's a CRT TV. And it's been confirmed now. Well, I mean, obviously it was kind of obvious that he upgrades himself anyway, but he used to be a CRT TV, and that's really, really cute. And I thought he's a really sweet little guy. Alistair kind of did him a bit dirty, I will admit. I think he maybe should have reacted a bit less than he did. Then again, what's Vox going to expect? Because, you know, I feel bad because she spills all that crap when he's trying to give her a new... Yeah. Honestly, I think it's just because all of the characters, they've gone through so much. I mean, if they didn't go through so much, they wouldn't be in hell of any sort. You know what I mean? Like, their lives are crap because they're in a crap location. Like, you know, environmental-wise, it's not giving them any favors. I mean, every character is bad. I mean, Alistair is a masochistic psychopath. He lives off of being able to torture people and injure people and kill people, right? Vox was a cult leader. He loves manipulating people. He also loves torturing people. I think just because that one bit where he looks a bit sad that he thinks that, like, you know, Al doesn't want to work with him. And yes, I guess obviously there's a bit of, it's kind of obvious that he liked him. It's always been obvious that he liked him. I'm sorry, but anyone who thought otherwise, it's so painfully obvious. And obviously Al hates him. Al just thinks he's just sort of like some guy. If I was in the show, I'd probably have a little demon kitty that can talk. Aww. Not one of those mosquito-looking dogs. But like, every character who has had something bad happen to them is obviously not going to be innocent and okay. I think the only exception probably is Pensius. And any other character who is in hell for a reason. I think Pensius obviously is this outlier here because I don't think he should have gone to hell. I don't think he had any explicit hatred reason. Like, he was able to... He knew what he did was bad, but he didn't know how to not. You know what I mean? Whereas Alistair is not getting redeemed anytime soon. The day Alistair gets redeemed is the day that, like, I don't know, hell falls apart or something, because it's so obvious that he doesn't want redemption. Not every character is seeking out redemption. I think Charlie needs to know that not every character wants redemption, and not every character needs redemption just because you figured out that it can work. some characters, like Pentious, got redemption. And he doesn't like it. He's sad that he's missing his friends. A lot of people who've made friends, relationships in hell don't want to leave that. They're happy where they are. The problem is, there's an overpopulation because I think they're sending everyone who's had something slightly wrong. Because heaven's got rules. And hell doesn't. Like, Lucifer never set any rules. It's just a free-for-all. That's why it's so bad. And everything. But, like, heaven does have rules. You can't do a lot of stuff up there. You know what I mean? And so, if heaven's got all these rules and hell doesn't, then obviously there's lots of rules on how to get there. And if there's a lot of rules on how people are able to be redeemed, etc., etc., then clearly it's a heaven problem, not a hell problem, that it's being overpopulated. The wrong people are going to hell. Or they're going to hell for the tiniest thing that they didn't mean to do. You know what I mean? Like, Pentious witnessed a murder, yes, that went on to be Jack the Ripper. And I think everyone who said that sinners can't be redeemed said that because they genuinely didn't believe that it was possible. I don't think it's oh, they can't be redeemed, end of, boom, done. It's more of a, we don't know that it works, so what's the point in trying? And I don't even know whether people know if Pentious is the first person to be redeemed officially because he did something against the way that he knows what he did wrong. Some people might not know that they did something wrong. Like, Pentious is very aware of what he did and he was guilty about it. And he knew, so that when he died, he felt guilty about it, right? Whereas people like Alistair know they did bad things and are okay with it. I think it's the people that feel guilty are the people that deserve to be redeemed, because there's no way in hell that anyone like Alistair deserves to be redeemed, because they did bad things, knew they were bad, and chose to do them. Like, willingly. You know what I mean? And so there's a big difference of who deserves to be redeemed and who doesn't. And Vox does not deserve to be redeemed. Val does not deserve to be redeemed. Velvet does not deserve to be redeemed. Katie does not deserve to be redeemed. Actually, Katie could probably burn in hell. I don't like her. Tom seems to be a bit of a pushover. He could be redeemed, I think. Angel deserves to be redeemed, but I don't think he wants to be redeemed because he's getting attached to the people down there now. At first he wanted to do anything to escape his situation, including be redeemed, because he wanted to prove that he was a good person. But now I think he's gotten to it, like Pentious, he's gotten to attach to the people that he's around, Husk, and I don't think he wants to leave them. And I think there needs to be like a thing of people who want to be redeemed need to know that they're never seeing these people again. That's it. It's just, I think, obviously, Pentious' redemption was an accident. So obviously he didn't, you know, he wants to leave and can't. But it was a complete accident that he got up there. And I think they need to focus on more of making it an accident kind of thing than trying to purposefully send someone up there who doesn't particularly want to. And Charlie needs to learn boundaries. Need to take her back and teach her boundaries again. Then again, at the same time, so many people are like, oh my god, you know, Charlie was an asshole. Charlie did bad things. Yeah. Yes, she did. Like, she wouldn't be somewhat in control of hell if she didn't do bad things. But I think it's less, oh my god, Charlie did something awful and terrible to Angel. You know, she needs to stop and think. And I think that's it, is she found out that the thing she's been trying to do for the last however long, you know, she wants to give the people in hell a better life and everything. She believes in redemption. She's been trying for a year. And then she finally finds out that, like what? Like, she finds out that it's possible to get redeemed, and she just jumps on that so quickly. She needs to, like, slow down and talk. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Now, I know that Charlie and Vaggie are, you know, obviously together, and they're really cute, and we love them and everything. But I feel like she needs to get a reality check at some point, because I think Vaggie's sort of treating her too gently. And I think for her own good, Charlie needs to know that she's done something awful to someone she cares about. And I think she needs to have a reality check. And I think that reality check genuinely needs to come from Vaggie getting angry at her. Because there's no way Vaggie can just sit and be a bystander in what happened, like, comfortably. You know what I mean? She's so hype all the time. Yes, she is. And obviously, for the most part, I understand why. She is like the embodiment of sunshine and rainbows. Cool. But she doesn't think. She's way too trusting. She doesn't think. She puts people in harm's way without realizing it all the time. 50% Alice, 50% Charlie. Yeah. I resonate a lot with Angel and Husk. I think if I were any character, I would probably be, yeah, like 20% Alistair, 60% Angel, and the rest Husk, probably. You can tell Husk is really trying as well, and he's got this air about him that kind of, like, makes him feel like it kind of makes it feel like he's scared of trusting people. Because when Angel saved him, his first reaction is to get angry that someone could even care enough to risk their life for him. Like, he is very annoyed about that. And he's like, you know, I shouldn't have even said anything. He's really coming across as the kind of person who's been hurt by something like that before. And is recognizing those feelings again. And is trying his hardest to ignore them, basically. But that's okay. Yeah. I like Loser Baby. Loser Baby is one of my favorites. Actually, my favorite, I'm putting it on anyway, because I don't have, I don't have, VODs can't hear music, unfortunately. I'm putting some of the music on here. Oh, the rest of the songs. I love this song. I love this song. It's been in my head for the last 2 weeks. I'm also feeling bad for Lute at the moment. She's grieving bad. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets sent down to hell at some point. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if she got sent down to hell. Because she clearly cared a lot about Adam, and Adam did care about her. And so, like... And she hasn't experienced loss before. Like, she's literally designed... You know, she's from heaven. I love them more than anything. Lovely that name. Emily? I don't think so, because Sarah's... I think Emily's pushing it with what she can do and what she can't do. But I think Sarah has... You know, she's changing. She's regretting herself, her past actions a lot at the moment. And you can kind of see that what Emily's doing is kind of somewhat okay. I love this song so much. And it's very obvious that that Lucifer's dealing with a lot of things in the wrong way. Aww. There we go. Than anything, I want to save my people more than anything. Looks like the apple doesn't drop far. I miss that smile. There we go. Kind of things you're interested in. I play a lot of Minecraft usually on stream. I really enjoyed Arcane. I like a lot of animated shows. Mainly because obviously as an artist, I get to appreciate the way that they stylize their stuff. But also because, oh, that's... Here we go. And I really liked Arcane because of their art style and the way that it was... I love Vaggie in the background of this song. Happy day in hell. That's so clearly Blake. Like he did not change his voice very much because that's not how Blake sounds. And it's also so obvious from the beginning. so obvious from the beginning that Vaggie was an angel. From the moment Vaggie opens her mouth the first time, it's just obvious. Like once you know. When I saw Vaggie, I didn't know origin until after I saw Wings. Yeah. Honestly, from the moment she opens her mouth, though, it's kind of obvious, really, when you think about it, just how much hatred she has to the angels. I gotta go. Okay. Thank you guys for popping in. It was really nice to yap. If I accidentally put this just like on a non-shuffled loop, okay. Alice forever and ever, kid or not. Love Adam. Cut and dry, there is fair an eye for an eye. There we go. Doo-doo-doo. This song is so good. It's so, like, epic. Like, epic the musical vibe. Why do people have cars in hell? There we go. Doo doo doo. There we go. Oh wow, there we go. Why did not? There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. He's so sad about it. Oh, I love this song. If you could finally be faced with a billion needy faces, I guess what I mean to say is, for the first time in my life, I might have to be ready for this. Ready to be the one who's leading from the front. Gotta come into my own. Gotta come into my throne. Take charge and defend my only home. Hi, Neo. Wear the frog hat? Oh, for fuck's sake. Go of your city. That's a start, 'cause right now we need a leader, and it seems to me like destiny has picked me to be that, if you'll permit me. So, who's with me? Wouldn't it be super to see more of hell? Well, water, why is it not in you? Cup of tea. My hotel, not to mention the camaraderie. It's a real form life-changing friendships with the folks along the way. And you feast on all the angels you can eat. Okay. That's my favourite bit in the sound. On the attack, when they move to strike, we will fight, fighting back. We follow your lead, we're eager to feed We'll sharpen our teeth for the heavenly feast. From this moment on, you can count on us to be resolute and ravenous. Our appetites are set, and we're set to seize. Oh God! Come join the fresh buffet. That's a little violent, can we tone it down? Don't be put off by their snarling, that's enthusiasm, darling. They seem a little murdery right now. Don't worry, honey, that's their thing. Keep singing, we're super duper grateful to have you folks aboard. We can't taste an angel's wings, oh Lord. Let's see, why not in you? I after this song, alright? She'll lead in the parade, gotta come into my own. I think I've always known my destiny will never be postponed. When Adam brings the battle here, I must appear like I'm ready for this. Oh my God! They're singing her song, surprised why I knew she could do it all along. She's bound to pass the test as princess of hell. Like her daddy, she is madly powerful. I concur, stick with her, you'll be on the winning side. For the first time in our lives, we know that we are ready for this. It's time to take a stand. It's time to lend a hand. We've faced the angels and their deadly threat. We cannot take it anymore. This time has come to go to war. Finally ready for this. I hope that I'm ready. Ba 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 ba. Scar with glasses. Stop! Stop it. It's not Scar. Stop. Actually, hold on. Rendoplets. I'm gonna temporarily put on the other music, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go get a drink. We can update with the new biomes when we're playing. At some point. You know it's very difficult for me to not be playing Minecraft right now. The hyperfixation on art and has overtaken Minecraft enough for me to be drawing right now. I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna go get myself a drink. Ah! How's everyone doing? Wait. Nah, that's better. Hello. I'm back. I've got a new cup of tea, which is nice. It's gonna be yummy. Let's go back to what we were listening to before. Have Been Hotel. It makes sense. I love how that picture is just loot now. Why is it loot? I don't know why it's loot. Couldn't tell you that. What was it gonna play? Oh, what was it about to play? What was it genuinely about to start? Oh, Loser Baby. Your whole existence seems fucking hopeless. I struggle to sing along to this one because of his voice. Bar bathroom stall. Although it could probably help with voice training, admittedly. Just say you're correct. Wait, what? Oh, my glove. Wait, I need to add a slight yellow. There's not much difference now. I'm a loser, Donnie is user and a dummy, but at least I know I'm not alone, just like me. Blake does such a good voice for Angel. There we go. Oh my god, I'm not listening to Welcome to Heaven again. But she was right, Sarah. Look at how much this song slaps. There we go. Let's blend that out. Ah! I'm glowing, by the way. I don't know why I'm glowing so much. Love that bit. That reveal. Ah. The show it must go on. With a little sorcery. After the battle, after the scuttle, overlords hanging by. With a bit of rebuttal, maybe tomorrow will be a different heap. While the rest of us missing, Alistair's missing, fled with a tail between his legs. Nature reports the fire vacuum release room for you and me. The future of hell belongs to the V's. This place reeks of fire, it's a chill in the air, and I barely escape, killed by a great Alistair. Altruist died for his sins. Sorry to disappoint, that is not where this ends. For freedom like never before, the constraints of my deal surely have a back. How to and clip my wings. Guess who will be pulling all the strings? There we go. We're doing it with a smile. Maybe you missed it, but I'm that hashtag bitch and I will do nothing less than what I please. I'm the backbone of the fierce. Honestly, I think she is the most powerful out of those three. So the radio demon is back in town. Why is he hanging around? What does that mean for your family? Well, gladly, I got good news. He's a loser who fast like damage and hostile, but the demon is a coward. Possible. Play my viewers impossible. Visual, he's barely audible. Not giving him the time of day. Don't listen to a word he'd say. I hope he had a nice vacay, but he should have stayed away. It's a video. Now his medium is getting bloody rare. How's been better since he split? Where's he been? Who? Salutations. Good to be back on the air. Sinners rejoice. Mediocre video podcast. He's the shit that comes before that. He'd be powerless without the other bees. There we go. Boop. We've already had this one. There we go. We get up the season 2 music. I haven't heard this one yet. Here we go. Aw. Doo-doo-doo. Hmm. And bonk. There we go. Ooh. Whoops. There we go. There we go. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's shrink that down. I love this song. There we go. There we go. There we go. Ah. All right. There we go. There we go. Let's go back to that. All right. And we are done. Save as. There we go. Yay! Thank you very, very much for everyone who joined me. I do have to end stream now. Because I'm finished. And because I got tea now. Thank you very, very much to everyone who joined. You guys are all absolutely amazing. I will see you guys again, not tomorrow. Let me just send all those links. Thank you very, very, very much. You guys are all absolutely amazing. And I will see you guys on Sunday next. It should be the next stream. Thank you very, very much to everyone who's been here. You guys are all amazing. Thank you very much.